Okay, hello, welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 2 as we continue our playthrough of Faction Wars, and I'm going to start off by casting a spell here, which is going to be the, which one is it? Identify Hero spell. The reason we're doing that is because at the end of the previous episode we did see the emergence of this hero just here and we didn't actually look at her, but she is actually potentially a problem with those 14 Bone Dragons, although her attack and defense skill 2 and 4 respectively not that good, and if we look at Wyach, we got 10 and 12 here, which is a lot better. So we might stand a chance with the help of the elementals, but I'm not necessarily as keen as I was to go super aggressive against red, because Baroque would probably do some damage too, so even though I think we're close to the point where we could break red, we might need just a few more, perhaps giants, maybe titans. Always reluctant to recruit giants because they're so expensive to upgrade, but we don't really have enough gold to necessarily go for the upgraded Cloudcaster without suffering somewhere else, so I'm not sure exactly how to handle that. What I think I will do is I'll go to the Archer's house, just because we definitely want to park ourselves in the town, get our spell points back. They actually have 34 archers there, which is more than I expected. That's really good. Let's put these away. Let's put the Titans away too, because they're slightly slower than the champions. Give ourselves as many movement points as possible, get our spell points back, and we'll go back there next turn. Other things going on, we're going to send this guy to the south, and I think it's a shame we can't quite reach the stables. The plan for this week is to really just loop around, get these 2 gold mines back, plus the gems. We can definitely use all of those. I think we're better off just going for the gold as soon as possible, rather than trying to be too clever with the stables. So we'll go towards that. This guy, I have been looking at this, and he actually can get reasonably close to this, which means we could actually join this guy up with Sasagan. We could get rid of the Bone Dragons, which are dropping our morale, and we could swap them for Phoenixes, which would do slightly less damage to our morale. I think it'd be -1 instead of -2. I'm not sure we have enough movement points to make that work. I am going to take this fight because with 4 attack and 4 defense, we should be quite okay here. Our attack and defense are far better. Should be able to prevent losses. We are going to go to the Magic Well, and I think we are going to go straight for this attack. Is this a faster way to do it? I think I will go there just for the resources, so we get a couple of crystal. And yeah, I normally move my best hero last, but I think we're fine just to go for this. So victory is expected. Expected to lose a Bone Dragon, 2 champions, 2 pikemen. Let's see what we can do. So we should move first as the attacker, which we do, and we do a nice amount of damage to the walls. We can go forward and attack the champions, but we would almost certainly just take losses we don't need to take. So 210 spell points. We can go for blind if we want to. Cold Ray does 340 damage, this does 637. 637 damage. The Phoenixes would be immune, so that doesn't really help us too much. Can't blind them. No, we can. We can blind the Phoenixes, we can't blind the Red Dragons. Red Dragons do get to move next. What else could we do? Not really too many options. So if we go for haste, that's +2 speed. These guys have 6 speed, these have 4. So that doesn't really help us. Okay, I think we have to do some damage. The problem is those black dragons. We don't know who they're going to attack, so Steel Skin won't necessarily help us. Magic Arrow will actually go through to the Phoenixes, but it only kills 1. So yeah, I think probably blind is the best thing we can do. We can't slow the black dragons either, so yeah, blind against these for now, and we'll just move these up. Okay, actually goes for slow on the pikeman, which is completely fine. I think, yeah, we did actually survive that attack, and we do actually get a kill in response, so that's really good. They still need to move the unicorns, which are not going to do too much damage to us. Want to make sure we don't put ourselves in a position where we can friendly fire. So 1 to 2 kills if we go for this. If we go forward and attack these, there's not much point, doesn't really help us too much. So yeah, I think focusing down the black dragons is the best thing we can do. Then unicorns will move, rocks move after that. Should be able to attack the Bone Dragons without putting ourselves in a bad position, and we do actually get luck there and morale. So that's really nice. Just going to weaken these as much as we can. These can't quite reach us. These can hopefully finish these off. And we do get morale with these too. Okay, so if we go for this 5 to 10 kills, that should be fine. And we get luck there too, so this is going extremely well. If we throw these in, probably doesn't help us too much. They have lost a lot of their hit points. I think we play it safe, go to the corner. And once the next round begins, need to try and move these units apart from each other because they are looking pretty vulnerable. Something like Fireball, although Fireball's not a great spell. So if we go for this, 3 to 4 kills, so if we attack through these, should be quite okay. I think we go for Magic Arrow. Make sure we actually finish them off. Okay, so next up, do we throw these in 2 to 5 kills? I think absolutely not. Let's go for these instead. Finish them off, and still a bit worried about her spell options, but here to be okay for now. If we send these in 6 to 8 kills, I think we stay here for now. Goes for slow on the rocks, which is completely fine. Perhaps doesn't have any damaging spells. Those could have resulted in some losses. So 219 hit points left to go, this should be completely safe. So they will go before the rocks. 3 to 5 kills if we go for this, but the veteran pikemen do move afterwards, so we should be fine. 6 to 7 kills, this is almost certainly fine, we do finish them off. So we finish her off altogether. No losses, 5,000 experience, we take the town. Bit of extra gold income, very welcome indeed. And now we have to decide how far south can we go. We can go far enough to protect Sir Logan. And maybe to take the Phoenixes. Is that what we want? The alternative is we just go to the east and we explore, use him as a scout. The Phoenixes would be kind of useful as replacers for the champions. They do serve a similar role with their speed. But what else would we take? Most of this stuff is going to damage our morale. Unicorns, perhaps. Unicorns plus Phoenixes over Bone Dragons plus champions could be a good move. But only because of the morale. Doesn't really help us too much otherwise. Okay, well we almost have to make a decision, but we do have space for one more hero, and we do have a threat here, which is Jezebel. She's kind of tough. Really good stats, actually. But I think if we pick up Zom, he does still have a few of those units. Does have space for extra artifacts too. So yeah, this is definitely the place to pick him up. We'll get ourselves some more Necromancer units. We can afford 3 Bone Dragons. I think we definitely want... So this is actually Orange's strongest hero. So we should really try and finish Orange off. Done some good damage. Red 2 is looking pretty weak. Purple definitely has better heroes than that in terms of stats. Slightly worried what their best hero with stats is, but good to know they're not connected right now. Which means green and yellow. Potentially bigger problems. Okay, so I think Vampire Lords we should go for. They can life drain against undead in this game. So yeah, let's just do it. And then, what do we do with our 8,000 remaining gold? I do, of course, want to continue investing in other towns. I also thought about going back to this guy, and I think we have just enough. Yeah, we could pick up 2 red dragons, which should be enough to take down what's currently in Weed Patch. We are going to use them at some point, and I'm tempted to do it purely because we're then distracting UAC, which a number of you have pointed out is the name of the corporation in Doom, so that's probably what that's a reference to. Quite a lot of sci-fi references on this map. We're going to go for, yeah, those 2 red dragons, and we're going to try and bait UAC in this direction. I don't actually want him to attack us, but pulling him this way should be fine. Get some more stats too, just in case, and I guess we'll also go to the stables. Hopefully he won't come straight for us. Although actually I'm not really sure what I want him to do, because I of course don't want him to attack this town either. There's not really much this town can do to defend itself. This guy has some good artifacts, and in fact, if we just trade to get them back, I will go for the marketplace. We're going to try and get him back now, because then we can benefit from those artifacts straight away. So we need 1,500. Trading 18 ore should be fine. The big question is, where do we pick him up? And also I assume we do have space. Can't tell in this town regardless, but if we go to a town that's empty... Okay, yeah, we do have space. Just reminding myself, it's been a couple of weeks since the last episode. In fact, more than that, since I recorded it. Okay, so Zom is going to take these on. Should probably go to the Witch Doctor's hut, although it won't benefit us just yet. Are we definitely strong enough? So our stats are worse. 21 Vampire Lords. It should be fine. She does have 82 spell points, but her spellcasting is actually pretty bad. Our spellcasting is slightly better. We do lack knowledge, but I think we go for this. Even if we take a lot of losses, this is their strongest hero, let's just do it. Okay, well. I'm sure we should win this. But, of course, I don't want to take too many losses. Maybe I should have got more liches. 100 points of damage from that, 80 from that. Haste to increase our speed by 2. If we go for it on these, that brings them up to 7 speed, which is... They're already faster than the Bone Dragons, but they would be faster than the Power Liches, but there's only 5 of those. Maybe we haste these instead. Brings them up to 8 speed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can then reach the mummies, which I guess... Do I care about that? So the mummies move before the Vampire Lords, so it doesn't really make too much difference. Maybe better off just damaging these as much as we can. So we can now get a kill on those, let's go for it. Goes for slow on the Vampire Lords. Okay, didn't really anticipate that, that's not good for us. Still, we're better from range. Let's move these up. Do we go straight forward? I think we do. Okay, these guys are now free to move, so if we go for this we don't get a kill. We can go for the attack on the Power Liches. Could also go for the Vampires who can come forward and attack us. Vampires do move soon. We know we can't kill these. I think we go for the block. Okay, so they are indeed going to go for the Power Liches. With everything they have, they do get luck, so we take a couple of extra losses there. These guys can't quite reach. I think we want to haste them next turn, although they can now reach, so maybe it doesn't matter. These perhaps don't attack at all, although if we go for this... Yeah, I'm not sure that makes sense. We Lightning Bolt the Bone Dragons, we can finish one off by attacking, but Nomads should do that for us. I think hasting these is our best move. Then these skip their turn. These are now free to attack. Let's just go for these. Just for the sake of doing as much damage as possible. We don't manage to finish them off, but I think that was worth a go. Bad morale, lose a couple more Power Liches, so Power Lich stack potentially going to be lost here, or at least badly damaged. Now free to go where we like. It is the start of the next round. Let's start just by going for these. Goes for slow again, that's fine. These guys have 99 hit points left. They should be okay. 42 hit points left on that. I'm going to weaken these, just so I can actually attack. Without taking too much damage in response, although we do take a loss. And we're just short of killing off a Bone Dragon, which really sucks. We go for these instead. It probably makes more sense to attack them with the Bone Dragons, or the Red Dragons even, so still going to go for this. 7 Nomads lost to that. Starting to see why this went wrong. The auto-resolve. And I blocked myself off from what would have been a good attack up there, but I think we can still justify going for this. And they are going to come back with the Bone Dragons. We do take a loss to a Red Dragon, that really sucks. Okay, next round begins. Do we haste again? I think we Lightning Bolt. These skip their turn. So 53 hit points left on that. 2 kills on that, let's go for that. Okay, missing a lot of turns. 112 damage from just the one bone dragon, and we lose our second red dragon. Wow. That's kind of harsh. Okay. I think we throw these forward. Go for this. Could have done without that. Okay, so the Vampire Lords are still very much intact, which is great. I should have gone for this earlier, but we should get the first move of the next round. So perhaps we haste these. Kill these off. Then these I'm pretty sure can't even reach us, but of course she can cast spells. Yep, and she does. So we do win, but that could have gone a lot better. I will go for basic archery. And I think maybe we go back and lick our wounds. Although... no, it doesn't make sense to go aggressive. We need more forces. Let's go back, and let's get our spell points back. Get ourselves as much speed as possible too. And on the whole, that was probably worthwhile. I will, I think, go for Savan, although I do have to move Zom back out. Do I have enough movement points to do that? I definitely want these spell points back, so I think we pick Savan up here. And we'll just go for some kind of fast unit. So I might have to do a little bit of trading. The normal liches are not going to be too fast, they're just fast speed. Royal Mummy's fast speed too, we need 300 gold for that, that's probably the best option. Okay, so we're just looking for a marketplace. Do a bit of trading. Then we go back to this. Grab ourselves the Royal Mummy, and we're going to get a lot of extra movement points next turn. We can go down to the stables too. Main reason, of course, we want to get this guy back this turn is because he does have the extra ore production, as well as the endless purse of gold basic estates as well, and extra crystal per day too. So the sooner we get him back, the sooner we benefit from all that. We'll go across to this, which we already have. Should have gone to the water wheel, but I think at this point... actually, no, it's fine. We can go back. No rush. Okay, so Dimitri next. I'm going to do something potentially controversial. I'm going to go to this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the Nomad tent. Just going to do a tiny bit more trading. Well, in fact, we're fine because we have been to the water wheel. And we're going to pick up... I think we can go for 5, that's fine. And we're actually going to let this guy go. I know he's the peasant who defeated Darth Vader. He's a very famous peasant. But we're going to dismiss him. We're going to send him to retirement. We're not getting rid of him in disgrace. But just going to let him go. Enjoy his retirement out in Tuscany. And we're going to keep heading in this direction. I don't know why I'm stopping off here. Does this make sense to go for? Could trade for it and get a few more nomads in general, but the numbers aren't really building up too much. I think we probably stay put at this point. So are there any big threats we've not taken account of? I have to decide what to do with this guy still. So how worried would we be about Arta? A little bit annoying that we couldn't get those red dragons across to Sarsagan, but we can get some more at another point. So Arta, with those 14 phoenixes, I do want to explore. It's hard to turn that down. How screwed would we be? So her stats, 8 and 6. And outside of the phoenixes, she's not that good. I would maybe take my chances. Might be better off just using this chance to explore. So there's not too much rough terrain around here. I think we go for expert estates, and I think we just keep going in this direction. Can't see how many there are to recruit. Let's go for this next. So this reveals to the north there are some gems owned by Orange. the east we can see the Glade. Seems to be the kind of starting town of green. You can also see Phineas, who is stronger than us, but not that strong. And lots of resources to be claimed. Nothing that really worries me too much. I think perhaps we go up to the east, and just for safety, try and bring him back that way. Although it is tempting to go southeast, maybe go towards this guy, yeah, we can't win that. It would be nice to go to the observation tower, but that's not going to work. So do we stop off for some spell points? I think we probably do. Can't go to this. Yeah, we'll go for the spell points, we'll go for the gazebo, and we'll see if we can get him back to safety. This guy's going to keep moving to the west, and this guy... We could stay in the town. We did use a few spell points, but we still got 200 left. Going super aggressive instead might make sense. Tree of Knowledge there for an extra level, that would be 1 extra point to our stats, but beyond that, not that useful. If we follow this around, we can go to the fort as well. Also still have the option of attacking green if we want to. Maybe we just go down. It would be a tough fight. I do need to get this guy some more units, but he should win. It's not a terrible idea. So if this hero came to attack the Necromancer lands, could we turn Zom around, make him strong enough to survive that? 21 Vampire Lords on their own, of course, not enough, but we can go for it if we want to, if we need to. Another 15 from there. I don't think we stay put, I think we stay aggressive. If they were to come to the north, we can still turn back even if we go east. There is some stuff here we can claim, so we'll go in that direction. See how that goes. Wyatch is fine in place, rest are fine in place. We've spent all of our gold, I think we just see how things go. So green is going to try and chase our other hero down, which is kind of good. Yellow stays super aggressive, comes back with another hero. Orange more heroes too. Purple falls back to their own lands. Okay, so if we move in this direction, that actually does bring us closer to that fight, which is fine. 2,000 gold for 38,000 XP, I think we have to say yes, but that's quite expensive for a stat point. Still, we're going to do it. Up here we've got Deep, who is very weak, don't have to worry about that. We could go for the fort, although that does take us back towards the Necromancer lands, which maybe we don't need to do. So Logan is now pretty close. Get our morale back. What actually happened here? Stop paying attention. Did she go back? Can't recall if there's a way to watch my turn back. I can only assume she went back because there's no sign of her from what I can see. We could go aggressive then towards the town. Let's actually do the simple things first. So, Dimitri, I'm going to keep moving in this direction. I am tempted to go towards this just to see a bit more of what's down there, but it's just going to be some sand and some gold, so maybe not. Xanadu. We are strong enough. Maybe we do it, because our knowledge is really bad. We don't have space for more artifacts. But yeah, I'm going to go to this. Okay, this guy next. We've already been to this. We could go for some halflings if we want to. We probably want to try and fight Deep off, but also want to get rid of these two artifacts, or at least one of them, because I'm beginning to think they don't stack if you have two of the same artifact on the same hero. I'm not sure that works. So Savan, even though we've had him since turn 1, he's still really weak. He's not very good. 9 spell points for going to this. Bit of extra experience. Nothing else super urgent. If we go towards this, a few halflings alone probably won't win it for us. So for that reason, I think we do be a bit cagey. Play it safe, get our spell points back, and let's see what this reveals. It won't reveal too much, but we can grab ourselves a Source of Mercury. And no need to rush with Zom. Okay, back to this guy, we're going to go to this. And if we go aggressively towards this town, we can reach it after this turn, but Craghack is there. And I think 2 red dragons alone doesn't win that for us. Ector is fairly good. Don't know what Crag Hack is like. If we go for Identify Hero, that's pretty cheap. Let's just do it. See how good his stats are. Okay, 272 goblins. His stats aren't great, but that's obviously not a fight we should go for. Going super aggressive against green. I might be pushing this army too hard, but if we pick up some phoenixes, we can start getting more phoenixes through Sologan and through conquering these towns. So yeah, I think we go in this direction. And how close can we get? Actually pretty close. So we're going to move these two up, join them together. Do we want to swap these artifacts around? So Lightning Helm has been very useful in previous fights. I think that is one to hang on to. What else can we do? This is +4 to our stats. This is also +4. This is just +3, so we're going to swap those two around. Yeah, Lightning Helm is really useful. Lucky Rabbit's Foot has been useful in the previous fight for sure. This is +4 too. This is only +2, so I'm going to take Lightning Helm over that. These two don't stack. Elemental Ring we're not going to go for. Most of this other stuff doesn't seem to be needed. Although, does this stack? It does, okay. That's good to know. So some things do stack. Okay, so Sasagan, I think she probably runs away from us, but that's not a major issue. Going back to Sologan did mean to swap the units as well, of course. So we're going to take the Bone Dragons, we're going to take the Champions, what's left of them, and... does that even make sense? I don't think it does. Nomads. I think Nomads drop our morale. Yeah, they do. It's not worth it. Okay. That's going to have to do. We'll go up to this. 5 gems, that's very welcome indeed. There's a trading post just there. There's a gold mine we can claim. Could be attacked by another green hero. I'm just going to check this. Okay, so there's Jojosh as well, with black dragons. So he's even stronger. So this might be premature, but we can get ourselves those 3 phoenixes. Got the Torna back. Oh, Pandora's really good. Level 18. Pretty good skills. Does need some work. But she's not bad. We lose a hero. Okay, so slight waste of gold to have gone for the red dragons. But we can still use this. Simple choice is to go to this guy. See how many of these are available. I will go for 2 more, that's fine. Go for the gold here as well. And we can just about reach this, that's perfect. So 3 mines in 1 turn, our income is going to be a lot better for that. 19,000 per day, that's really nice. Then if we go back to Zom, I think we should really prioritize just finishing Orange off, that would be really nice. Good source of Necromancy units. So, things we have left to pick up. Bone Dragons, I guess we go for. Power Liches, we could spend all our gold on that right now if we want to. If we go back to Wyetch instead, we could go for the upgrade. It's expensive, I think if I did that I'd want to trade most of my remaining resources. I do want to keep the pressure up with Zom. I have to protect this from deep as well. So we don't have room for any more heroes. The moat doesn't really help us too much. So spellcasting is going to be pretty good. 9 spell power. We just need something that can hang on. So these are pretty tanky, but they're not cheap. War Trolls do regenerate, which can be really useful. Okay, I think for now we avoid overinvesting in Wyetch. Gonna go for the War Trolls, go back to this. Spend the rest on those Power Liches. I'm not sure this is enough to do anything. So we can reach this turn. I'd be reluctant to go for the gazebo, although... could work. Not too far off a level. Let's take a few more units. Gonna try this. If we see something scary, we can just come back, that's fine. We can still reach the boat, that's perfect. So we jump in, and yeah, there's no one on the sea. Shouldn't be anyone too tough to take us on. This town, I think, should be fine. This town, if we need to, we can defend that as well. Okay, so Ector is really hard to know what to do with. This guy, on the other hand, probably fine just to go for the gold. Do some trading too. But no, I don't think we need to. Could also go up in this direction, but that doesn't seem very safe. Let's go for the gold. Okay, so what we have left is this guy we're going to send to the south. Wyatt should probably go aggressive. It's a little bit risky, but I think it makes sense. So we'll take the skeletons, because we're going to end up with those either way, although 15 won't make much difference. Splitting them across multiple stacks, I think, makes it worthwhile. Always make use of that. Okay, so already been to the fairy ring, can go to the water wheel, cut across, grab the gold mine, go for lakeside, and we do have to try and cut off Baroque, because if Baroque takes this town, that's going to be really annoying. So we've not been to the gazebo, we can get the sulfur mine, get some more knowledge. Yeah, I think we'll try going a bit more aggressive. So spell point situation, 60 spell points, that gives us enough to cast Summon Elemental 4 times, I believe. Yeah, so we can summon 4 batches of Earth Elemental, so even if that other hero does come back, I think we've got enough. So Ector next, maybe we just go back towards this town. Or, have a look. Basic Wisdom. So one problem here is none of these heroes are actually good enough to pick up spells from a level 5 Mage Guild. I do of course want to know what would be in there. We just need a bit more Mercury, which actually we could have picked up from there. But we can still do that pretty soon. So if we bring this guy up, we need to level him up a few times. Tree of Knowledge there, I think that's maybe a bit too dangerous. Yeah, that's far too close. Have to go around this way instead, but that doesn't really work. No other Tree of Knowledge is available. If we go towards this to take this on, I mean, that could be done, but obviously these heroes can come back and destroy us. And Synoptic. Okay, there we go. That's got to be the scary purple hero. 15 attacks, 16 defense, 21 spell power, 17 knowledge. We want to stay away from that, but at the same time, we kind of need to try and hang on to Antioch. 3 titans there, not really enough. I think Ector maybe stays here for a bit still. So 2 dragons available, I think we pick both of those up, come back, try and defend Antioch. That could be a real problem point pretty soon. Okay, so 69 gold left. Do we invest? I don't think we do. I think we just let that go for now. End the turn there. And they're actually just picking resources up. Red's hero does re-emerge, and I forgot about this. I didn't think they could reach just yet, but we can see this is not going to work out. We are going to lose this town. So this is definitely another problem zone. Okay, can we get a kill on anything? Okay, so yellow's stealing a lot of resources I wanted. Orange is going to go for that other town. If we try to chase down Arta, we can. But there's Joe Josh somewhere too, that's Phineas. We don't know where Joe Josh is. Okay, let's go with Zom first, and let's hope this is fairly undefended. Okay, so there's Voland, who is not weak. We do have 110 spell points, really bad morale, but doesn't really matter too much. So what we could do is Just try and win with the Vampire Lords alone. It's a bit risky. But none of those stacks are too scary. I think we want to see his stats. So we'll go for Identify Hero, let's have a look. 6, 7, 13, 13. We are 8 and 4. It's a bit risky. Let's just sail around instead. Wow, this guy has a lot of boats. A lot of boats. There is a town just there. We could see what's in there. No defenders, apparently. I think we take our chance with that instead. It's more likely to work out. Then, before we forget, we want to make sure we have this nice and defended, so I don't think this guy's close enough. We will go for this. It does reveal this is all just empty land, and to the west there is a Warlock town, undefended. There's also Krydos, who's pretty weak. Gonna start coming back this way. It's a little bit risky, I guess. We'll go get some more units first. Then, in this town, just a few defenders should be enough. So let's go for the Bone Dragons, because at some point I think we do want those. Power Liches probably as well, although we have spent a lot of gold there. I want to make sure we pick up what we need to here. So going to pick up the 2 Red Dragons, and I'm going to start bringing that guy back. Okay, so we've already been to that. Desert Tent, no real need. Let's just go straight through. This is pretty dangerous, but they're not going aggressive just yet. I think just staying in this town is the best we can do. This guy grabs the gold, and I am tempted to keep scouting. I think we do move this guy first. Take the sawmill, of course. Not yet been to stables. This is really risky, but if we have to flee, that's fine. There is a town just there. No sign of any defender, but I'm pretty sure we can't reach. Yeah, slightly too short. Still, that should be doable soon. Yeah, we'll see what we can do with that pretty soon. I think I do go aggressive. I'm a bit worried about Jojosh, but since there's no sign of him at all, I can kill this, loop round, grab more phoenixes. Tree of Knowledge there as well. Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So, Tree of Knowledge first. 46,000 XP for free, we'll definitely say yes to that. And this fight is not going to be straightforward, but I think because we can blind, should be able to do it with fewer losses than that. It's possible they go for Cure, of course, but we'll take our chances. I actually don't want to get close to these, as much as I'm worried about the pixies. Sprites, even. Yeah, I think this unit wants to hang back. Skip the turn. Okay, they go for anti-magic. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Unfortunate. And they do get the friendly fire there too. Okay, 3 to 6 kills if we go for this. Already gone for our spell, which didn't really work out. I think we still focus these down. Yeah, because I don't want to be hit by these. 3 speed, 1, 2, 3. There's no way we can attack them safely. Can't see anything else worth doing. 7 to 12 kills on this. That would be kind of okay. It might even be better. These are 5 speed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't get close enough. These things could go for the dwarves. Thing is, what can we do now that anti-magic's been cast against these? Because we can't haste these. Nothing's going to outspeed this. I think we have to go for this. We do get luck. They also have Irish luck, so they could do a lot back to us, but no, we actually take most of them out pretty easily. Should be able to finish them off. Okay, get lucky once again. These could do some damage to us depending who they attack. They go for the phoenixes, which is completely fine. I've lost a couple of those. We can get them back. 712 damage from this. Can't go for it on this stack. Could go for it on this one. Does take them out. How many hit points do we have? 45 left. So these should move before the sprites. I think we go for Lightning Bolt. Just remove these as a problem. Send these to the corner. These go for this. 43 to 87 kills, actually not bad, but I think we still don't risk it. These go down, attack these two stacks. Once again, the luck kicks in, makes a big difference. I am pretty tempted to send these after these instead, but the sprites do move next, and for that reason, I think we gotta go for those. And finally, 4 to 8 kills. 214 hit points left on those, I think we skip the turn. Do lose another Phoenix. They get lucky with this attack, but only 58 damage, not too bad. Maybe we don't need to go for anything else. Let's see how much we do. 6 to 13 kills. So +2 speed we still wouldn't reach. I think we move forward. 4 to 8 kills. They do then get to move. So her spellcasting could be an issue. They could probably finish us off. 190 points of damage with this. Kills 4 off. Then we kill 4 to 8, it's not really enough. They're not immune to Cold Ray though. So Cold Ray still has some uses, good to know. And we do finish them off. So successful defeat of that hero who won't be coming back, at least not anytime soon. And we can start moving towards Woodhaven. Down to just the one Phoenix, but that's okay. We could even just ignore the Phoenixes and move towards Burlock if we needed there. But I think the threat's more likely to come from the south, so we'll go in this direction instead. So Wyetch, have to be a bit careful of Flint. Is this safe to make a move? It's probably safer not to. Rebecca's got a lot weaker. Maybe we go south instead. It's a bit risky, but we can go Standing Stones, Temple, steal some resources. Still have those 60 spell points as well. That's probably fine to do for now. It's a good middle ground. Okay, so Atlas next. There's not really too much for him to do. He doesn't, of course, have the strength to take anyone on. Let's have a look, actually. Does he have Expert Wisdom? No, just Basic Wisdom. Okay, not too much we can do with him either. I think perhaps we move in this direction just to check if these two artifacts stack, in which case we'll want to swap some things around. And yeah, there's nothing else for us to claim here. Could go for the gems if we want to. And that should be fairly safe for now. This guy still needs a spellbook. Does have all of his spell points still. Okay, let's go Oasis. And let's move across to here. 10 gems, absolutely not. Need those a lot more for other stuff. We can reach this turn, so that's perfect. This guy could maybe make use of that artifact. Need to be careful of UAC. I think we need someone in this town to defend it if we need to. Go towards this instead. Okay, free level, let's go for Expert Pathfinding, although in fact, Basic Wisdom, we do need this. We're about to go to our best Mage Guild. Still 6 Mercury, so we could do some trading, just find out what we get. I think that's tempting. It's a lot, but I just want to get this out of the way. Level 5 Mage Guild, let's hope for something really good. Town Portal. Returns the hero to the town or castle of our choice, provided it's controlled by us. Also Armageddon, which is great for... I can't remember in this game if red dragons are immune, but I'm pretty sure phoenixes are. So this is now a very important town, and I mean there's even an argument for just bringing this guy all the way back. I'm not going to cheese it by going for the surrender with the Statesman's Quill, but that's definitely something we could bear in mind. And then we still have 5,000 gold left to spend if we want to. I don't think there's too much for us to really invest in. Perhaps could go for Mage Guild level 3, but there's no real need. Marketplace for even better rates. I don't know when it caps, but that should be fine. even if it doesn't have any effect. It's only 500 gold. The wood supply situation is fine at this point. So this town should be nice and safe. Probably a bit more we can do. Let's just go for these. And end the turn there. So red, I think, going kind of aggressive. Yellow sweeping up what's left of our zone. Orange being a bit of a nuisance, but not going super aggressive. Okay. I'm gonna get to Zom first. And we can see there are now some defenders. Spell point situation is completely fine. I really want to see what this guy has. Could probably use a level. That's not great, but okay. Well, we could take that. Gotta take that first before we do anything else. So easy to do. Okay, victory is expected. 4 bone dragons are the only real threat. Just see what we can do with our spells. So lightning bolt, 100 points of damage. Just go for it. Okay, so they do have some annoying spell casting, but there's not much we can do about that. Wish they'd gone for it in the vampires instead, but never mind. Do we go for this? No, I don't think we do. Okay, that's a very expensive loss, actually. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. Could have got a couple of vampires back. Still, worth it for a town. And this town does produce vampires, not vampire lords. To upgrade the mansion, we need lots of gems, which is not great for us, but not completely out of the question. Okay, let's get our spell points back. Let's get our speed back. And I think I'm gonna leave it here. Gonna go and maybe pick up a couple more phoenixes. That's quite doable. If we trade in this town, that's also fine. Trade 5 ore, pick up the last of those phoenixes. So we're back up to 4 phoenixes. It's not great, but we are still progressing. And I've changed my mind. We're going to take this fight as well. This should be very doable. No losses expected. We're just going to say yes, go into this town. And it's a really weak town. So I'm not sure what took them so long to expand in this direction. Maybe this isn't actually their main zone. But that does seem to be their starting town. So not sure what to think of that. Anyway, taking a couple of new towns, definitely some major problems to deal with, yellow in particular, but also purple when purple does come to attack with Synoptic. That's going to be really tough. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.